Ask Tom on Home Show.
John from Yoakum, Texas has a question about a Barndominium conversion.
Yeah, he's converting part of a barn to a Barndominium, Tom. He writes to us, the walls will be 9 feet. The apex of the roof is probably about 16, and half the barn will remain a barn. The contractor wants to use spray insulation because that insulation will eventually tear off the staples and fall. At least that's his contention. I thought the spray would help seal small areas, especially near the bottom where scorpions, etc. can get in. Would it make sense then to maybe use spray insulation on the walls up to about 9 feet or just not at all? What do you suggest, Tom?
Because it's a box inside of a big building and the big building is open, you don't worry about ventilation and stuff. You want to use spray foam, that's fine. But if you leave the outside of the walls open and you don't have anything to hold insulation up, it will start to deteriorate, fall down on the floor. Fiberglass insulation will even pull away and start to fall down too. So I would consider putting some kind of wrap on the outside to hold it in place. Personally, something like a pegboard, something that'll breathe on the outside, I think is fine. It's different than if you're doing a conventional wood-framed home. That I would tell you stay away from the foam. But if you want to do the foam to fill the gaps, I don't have a problem with it. But I still think it needs to have some kind of breathable, protective outside covering on the walls. I personally would use a pegboard, which has the little holes, and I'd go ahead and do the outside of the walls with the pegboard to hold it up, let it breathe. Who knows, you might want to hang some hooks on there and put some tools or something on it too, being in your barn. It's on the outside, I don't know. But it would also protect that insulation from wearing down, crumbling up, and falling on the floor.
So the contractor's spot on about the idea that it could fall off. And when you say on the outside, you're talking about the outside of the inside.
The outside of the wall, yeah. Inside you have your little cubicle home with a sheetrock and stuff. But there's still an outside of a wall, even though it's facing the barn. I mean, it could just be people knocking into it. Horses come. I don't know what's in his barn. Horses kicking into it. I don't know what he's got in his barn. But I would certainly protect the outside of the walls of any insulation. Just because something's going to nick it, get it, it's going to heat up, it's going to get crumbly, depending what it is, and it's going to want to fall out.
But we don't want that. We don't want you falling out or having a problem either. So go ahead to HomeShowRadio.com, click on that Ask Tom button. Tom will help you out. Just go ahead and you can send us a video, you can send us a picture, you can send us anything you want. Send us your hopes, dreams, ambitions, your rants, your raves, but include pictures because we want to see it. It'll help us do a better job, and we do these every day. There's a new one of these posted 7 days a week on our Facebook page, on the Home Show Radio YouTube channel, and of course at HomeShowRadio.com.